Okay, happy Monday. This is a video for a set called the Tigerism Helianthus or something like that. I'm sorry to bork it. You can see the name yourself and pronounce it correctly. Let me go ahead and put up the border. As you can see, I won't go through it every video. It's up on the top there, and we're going to rate this when we're done talking about the set. I want to talk about this very quickly. This is a very interesting set because it's not a bad set really at all. The issue with it that I'll say right up front is it's a little bit behind the curve. It's way behind. It's like I won't make comparisons. The price of good planars nowadays, the MP145, the Let's Shore S15, some people like the S12. I'm not a huge fan of that, but the MP145, I'm not a fan of that brand, Heidi's, but they did make a really good set. I got to be straight with that. And the S15, for whatever that thing is, the pressure relief, I think that sounds quite good as well. The issue with this set is that it's $500, and it sounds like a really, really good, $200 set. The market has moved past where this is sitting. So what they've done is they've taken a case that looks a lot like the Treble case, which is like a $3,000 to $10,000 set, depending on the version and where you buy it and how much discount you get, which is really cool. And it's got protective covers on it. It's got a cable also that you can see right here that's a lot like my Liquid Lynx Venom. So they're kind of, I think those are really smart move because I love that cable, and I think that's a really good case. So the gilding the lily part where you do the extra stuff, and I and a lot of other reviewers really put some, I don't need huge packaging, but give me some tips and give me a nice cable and give me better than budget. Like the Origin, for example, the cable that came with the Tantrum Origin, that was unfortunate, wasn't it? Some people pointed out that they could have used a DSP, to go with that, or anything besides a cable that was like the Tantrum DSP, which is like $50 or less, $19 or something. So even sometimes when you gild the lily, you do it in a poor way. They did this really well. The presentation, I mean, that's a very nice case. It's beautiful caps. Its build quality seems very strong. Its sound quality is good. The cable is a very good analog, which means copy, pretty much in this way that I'm saying it, of the Liquid Lynx, which is right there with the camper. Let's talk about music. I'd say starting with the bass, a 4-string bass guitar, the pulls, snaps, and releases are a little bit, they're I'm going to say okay. I wrote good, but I'm going to say they're okay. It's not bad. Using Please Do Not Go by the Violent Femmes, a couple tracks by the Violent Femmes. Anyway, I thought it sounded okay. The kick drum, John Bonham, When the Levee Breaks from Led Zeppelin's 4th album. Do I even dare? No, I don't, because I still got a lot of work to do on this. It sounds okay. This does better when we get into vocals. Chris Cornell sounds quite good doing the cover of a cover. And then Lane Staley, the MTV Unplugged, which is, I just love the rooster on that. It's better than the original version, I think. The cover of Blondie sounds good for male and female vocals, even though the tuning, we didn't even look at it. Paul Wasabi's got this up. Let me ask Paul telepathically. He's totally good with it. You see the kind of abrupt gain and the bump around 2. I'm not really picking that up as being an issue, quote unquote. Like that's a problem with the tuning. I'm also not picking up the 8K peak because I got a dead spot right there apparently, because I never get bothered by that like I do around 10. It's weird how that is for different people. And then that late peak at 15, 16, 17, not really picking it up as something that's annoying me. And also planar timbre is something I've become apparently quite used to it, because I didn't notice that. The thing is, let me get back to the music. So I think the vocals actually sound fine. I think that cymbals actually sound good. Specific sightings would be the Hey Hey What Can I Do, the Repeated Strikes by John Bonham. I think it sounds clean, it sounds accurate, it doesn't sound tizzy, but the graph says it probably should. It actually doesn't. No More, No More by Aerosmith, same instrument, the cymbal. Sounds good again. Keyboards, Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding by Elton John, I think sounds good. There's a lot of energy and harmonics, and that's a instrument that can get on you, like longer form compared to the explosions that are cymbals. I thought that sounded good. I thought Hendrix sounded good. So let me summarize and say that I thought this overall sounded like a good set. The thing that is inescapable for me as a reviewer is that I know that there are other sets that are competitive or equal to this that are half its price. And that's just not something that can be gotten around unless you put a premium in presentation. And we just talked about watches and $10,000 earphones, so that might be you. And if it is, and you just want like a really nice cable out the box and a really nice looking, well-built set that is, it sounds good. And it comes in a case that's just like ones that comes with $10,000 IMs, and it's got protective booties. If you want to live in 2021, and it's your money, go ahead. It's hard. I can't recommend this set because it's priced a few years. It's time slipped in the wrong direction, basically. So let's take a look at the graph and summarize this. It's not a dumpster fire. Hope was free. No, not at all. Coping is working. Competes with its peers. It does technically in the sound replay, which is its main job, but it doesn't when it comes to price. So I'm going to do a new thing because I have to. This scale is something I'm working on as we go along. I'm going to put it in between coping is working, competes with its peers, because I'm not really coping. I'm aware of its price and its performance, and it's a little bit overpriced compared to its peers. So I'm gonna go right in between. I'm not coping because I would say if I was. It's just it's too pricey. So I guess that in the future when I do stuff, I could maybe put in teeny text right between there. It's too expensive, but I think I'll just stick it right in the middle, and that's my ranking. It's a good set. It's very well presented. It's just simply a bit. It's double the price of what it actually should be in 2024. I gotta say, good job to the company for trying. The 14.2 millimeter driver and the fact that it's available in a lot of other sets, if you have a driver that is not used anywhere else and you didn't mention it, you terribly failed. Because I can't pick it up with my ear, and that's a very big selling point. If it is the typical driver that a lot of people are using, second or third gen, then it's unfortunately a little bit late to the market and overpriced. But I appreciate the sample being sent. That was Apos that sent that out, so thank you very much. And that's it. And I'm out. You guys have a great 2 days because I'll be back on Wednesday. And I'm out.